Hello everybody, Ben Austin here, your New Rules golf coach, and today we are at the Deerfield Golf Club in Newark, Delaware, and we're going to be talking about bunker shots. So there's been a lot of different articles written, a lot of theory out there, a lot of confusion about how to hit a bunker shot. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a simple drill that will help you get the ball up out of the bunker and onto the green, okay? So the first thing that we always want to do in a bunker, assuming that this is a good lie, it's not a fried egg, not buried, it's a good lie, is we always want to make sure that we open the club face when we set up to the ball. The reason we do that is when we open the club face, we're giving the club more bounce. Bounce is a good thing in the bunker. If I have bounce on the club, what happens is as the club comes down into the sand, the club will bounce back up. If I don't have bounce, so let's say I set up with the club face square or slightly closed, that's going to make the club dig. And that's probably the most common thing that I see when I'm teaching is people dig instead of bounce. So the first thing that we want to do in the bunker is open the club face. That's going to let the club bounce. Now, when we set up to a ball, what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple drill, and we're going to draw a line in the sand. And you can see here that I've drawn a line in the sand, and I'm making this a little bigger than normal so you can see it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this line and we're going to put this just slightly forward of center in our stance. Now once I've opened the club face, I'm going to set up, and I want to be able to make a divot that's 50-50. So if it's 3 inches on one side, it's going to be 3 inches on the other. If it's 4 inches on one, it's going to be 4 on the other. And I want to get my club to make a divot that's 50-50. So that one you can see started here, ended here, so I hit too far behind it. So that ball would have either chunked into the sand, or it would have bounced into the ball and bladed across the green, so my divot was too far back. There you can see that's a good divot. So right there is the beginning of the divot, right there is the after of the divot, and right there is my original line. So that divot is very symmetrical. All right? This is an important drill because what this teaches you to do is this teaches you to get your club to bottom out in the same spot. See, in a bunker shot, the club actually never touches the ball. There was a thing I saw on Discovery Channel one time of Brad Faxton, where they had a super slow motion camera, and the ball was sitting on the sand, and you could see the club come down, and as the club went into the sand, the ball started coming out. So the sand is what moves the ball, not the club. So we want to make sure that we look for 3 things in a bunker shot. We want to look at the placement of the divot. Where is that divot in relation to that line? So that was a little too far past. And that was pretty good. So where's the placement of the divot? The next thing we're going to look at is the depth of the divot. How deep is it? So we want a shallow divot. We don't want it to be real deep. If I get my divot too deep, you could tell that that ball would not have got out of the bunker. So I'm looking for a shallow divot. And the third thing we look for is, since the sand moves the ball, we're looking to see that sand fly, okay? Now let's assume that I was on grass right here. There was no sand. If I had this little shot right here, I would take a shot that was about this big. If there was no sand, that's how big of a shot I would need. Now you can see as I do that, the sand's not flying anywhere. So on a bunker shot, we need to get the sand to fly out of the bunker. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do our line drill. We're going to draw the line. We're going to look at the placement of the divot, the depth of the divot, and how far the sand flies. Now, one thing I want you to look for is when you're hitting bunker shots, is on your finish, you can see that my club face is still open. So see how my club face is still open? I have not let the club face rotate, okay? So I'm gonna keep the club face open. I'm gonna work on the placement of my divot. I'm gonna work on the depth of my divot. And I'm gonna work on getting the sand to fly out. Now, I'll go ahead and hit one here. Let me rake this up a little. What I'll do is I'll draw a line in the sand. And now that I've got my divots pretty good, I'm gonna put a ball on the line. So I'm gonna open my face. I'm gonna dig my feet in a little bit. I'm gonna aim just slightly left of my flag. We'll talk about that in another video. And what I'm looking for here is placement, depth, and how far the sand flies. It almost went in. Now if you look at that divot, that's pretty symmetrical. So it's about 4 to 5 inches on this side, 4 to 5 inches on that side. The depth is shallow, so it's not real deep. And you saw the sand flew out of the bunker. And since the sand flew, so did the ball. So work on this drill at home, or if you get a chance to go out and play, if you're by yourself, just draw a line, hit a couple shots in the sand, work on the placement of your divot, the depth, and get the sand to fly out of the bunker. And you'll notice that your balls start to get more on the green. Visit benaustingolf.com or deerfieldgolfclub.com. Now you can also visit swingreader.com for more information. Have a great day.